Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This is called Seize the Day, 1986. I'm giving it 2 out of 5 stars. I disliked it. This is going to be a television movie. Canon was one of the distributors, actually. And I didn't realize it because it didn't have the MGM logo, but I guess loosely affiliated with it because it was also distributed by HBO and PBS. HBO is the co-distributor with Canon. So that's sort of explains the loose relationship between Canon and this movie, subsequently MGM having to do with it. Anyways, I don't know why it reminded me of Death of a Salesman, but Adrian mentioned in the live chat a couple videos ago that it's about a salesperson. Takes place in the 50s. He's selling something, and his boss hires his son-in-law or something to take over his territory. He gets all bent out of shape, punches the son-in-law through the window, loses his job, and then he's got like $700 of savings as a cushion to hold him over. He's separated from his family, and he decides to go to New York where his father lives. His father doesn't give him one red penny, and I actually thought the father was doing the right thing by not giving him any money, because the $700 that he had, he ends up squandering it on some kind of large commodities scheme with some doctor, with some fake doctor guy and fake inventor guy. The cafeteria scene and the bathhouse scene are actually unintentionally funny. Oh, Death Wish 3 says 1995? Really? Death Wish 3. Oh, it's 1985. Yeah. Oh, I gotta change that. It's a typo. Thanks for catching that. I'll correct it right now. Dang. That is a good catch. I sometimes make a typo in the year, and yeah, I'll fix it right now as we speak. But getting back to this movie, so it's pretty much a soap opera. This guy's life is going in a downhill spiral. He can't find a job. He gets involved in the shady commodities trading, very speculative business, and his dad wants nothing to do with him. His estranged wife keeps asking for money, which he doesn't have because he lost it all in the large commodity market. So Death Wish 3. Yeah, I liked Death Wish 3. I thought it was decent. It's got the Ed Lotter hired the vigilante after beating him. And then Lance Eno commented, "Love this movie." But you're the first person to tell me that I got the year wrong. Anyways, I'm about to watch the Lorenzo Llamas movie that was recommended to me a couple months back, I think, before I got through all the Blood Fist movies. So wish me luck. I'll see if I can get through that tonight. I've got a few more hours, so I'm going to try my best to get through all of it. I'm just going to try to watch it all the way straight through, and hopefully it's enjoyable enough not to get distracted. Yeah, the ending was great. I loved the Death Wish 3 ending. Directed by Michael Winner. That's a great movie. Death Wish 3. I really like how Ed Lautner kind of violated his rights and gave him a hard time, and then came back and hired him. Anyways, what other movie did Michael Winner do? He did Death Wish 2 and the original Death Wish. He also did The Big Sleep, The Sentinel. I haven't seen The Sentinel. I don't think I've seen that one. 1977 supernatural horror. Looks pretty decent. Anyways, Death Wish 5. Yeah, so this canon flick is pretty popular. I was looking at it on IMDb, and of course, Robin Williams is a popular actor. In general, he's more of a lamestream actor, but it gets a 6 out of 10 on IMDb, 1,219 ratings. So that's pretty high for a canon flick. But I just fixed Death Wish 3, so if you click on it, it should have the correct year. Thanks for catching that, dude. Or mate, I should say. Anyways, here we say dude. Over there we say mate. But yeah, I guess that's the reason why the DVDs are all on Netflix, because the original is not available. You can't even look up Death Wish 5 on Netflix. But 2, 3, and 4 were all subsequently acquired by MGM, and that's why they all have discs available on Netflix. And I've seen all 3, reviewed all 3. So Charles Bronson, I think Joe Bob Briggs says that Charles Bronson was meant to be seen on a screen 40 feet tall, the way God intended, or something like that. What was Joe Bob's So Joe Bob Briggs said, Charles Bronson can be seen 30 feet high as God intended. He said 40 feet. Anyways. Yeah, it would have been nice. I told my coworker, the chubby Filipina, age 21, was kind of not real anxious to meet me on the weekends. I told her, she said she wanted to live in New York, and I said I would like to be around New York in the year 1985, so I could see 42nd Street when all the grindhouses were around. I think that's what Joe Bob Briggs was complaining about, tearing down all the grindhouses on 42nd Street. But anyways, yeah, this one wasn't that great. The only reason to watch is the sort of self-deprecating scenes at the bathhouse, confronting his father, who's completely indifferent to the guy's struggles. He gave up a long time ago after Robin Williams didn't want to become a doctor, and he's worried that his kid is going to take all his money. So he's kind of protecting his assets, which is understandable. I mean, I would have been in the same kind of situation. I was kind of in the reverse situation with my mother. She just kept spending all of her retirement money, all the money she got from selling her house in Redwood City, and then she would come ask me for money. At one point, I said, "Go ask your brother. I just paid for my grandmother's funeral, so he should be paying you instead of me paying you." That kind of thing. Yeah, and then I had a coworker who was shooting up heroin, falling asleep at his desk, and throwing up all the time, and begging his coworkers for money. He tried to beg me for money even before I started working there with him again for the second go around, when he had this heroin problem, and I told him, go to the check cashing place, get like a payroll advance or something, and of course he didn't do that. He just begged other people for money, which was fine with me. Other guys gave him like $130. And as soon as he got the money from my other coworkers, he would just get more aggressive with asking for more money. Of course, he never paid them back. And, so I tried to avoid those kind of people. I learned my lesson with my former boss. Gave him $2,000. He was doing cocaine, and and he said he needed he needed to pay the storage facility, otherwise they're going to throw all of his belongings on the street or something. So I gave him a couple $1,000, and he ended up not paying me back, of course. So I took him to a small claims court in San Francisco, and of course I won. He didn't even show up. But then it came back to haunt him when I tried to get him a job in Utah, when he cleaned up his act finally. And a few years later, after my divorce, and he had to pay me back. Because he wouldn't have been able to get that job doing the background check if he hadn't paid me back. No, I didn't see. Well, I did see that 1, 2, and 3 got theatrical releases, and the rest of them went straight to video. I think I mentioned that in each one of my my reviews for 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8 of the Blood Fist series, I mentioned in each one that they were straight to video. I generally don't mention that movies get theatrical releases. I just mention the ones that are straight to video, so you can sort of deduce that if I don't mention if it's straight to video, that means it got a theatrical release, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I guess he was falling in Don the Dragon Wilson was falling in the footsteps of Chuck Norris. And he was, Don the Dragon Wilson, I think, was the greatest kickboxer of all time. He just couldn't get the same name recognition as Chuck Norris. Maybe he should have gotten into politics or something. But he is still doing movies to this day, Don the Dragon Wilson. So he's one of the more prolific actors, sort of like the Jesus Jess Franco of acting. I mean, you look at his filmography. He's done a lot of movies, and he's still doing movies. I think his last movie was Devotion, 2019. So film appearances. So the yeah, I don't know how many movies he's done, but if you look at his filmography, there's a lot from 1989 all the way to 2019. So that's a good 30 years of acting right there. Pretty impressive, if you ask me. Anyways, yeah, I couldn't get into this movie. I thought it was a boring TV movie. Kind of not real uplifting to watch Robin Williams as a guy whose life continues to go in the downward spiral. As I mentioned, I had a coworker like that with a heroin problem, and I heard he went to work for a grocery store and he ended up falling on his face. But anyways, yeah, he does. He does make a lot of good movies. I'm a Don the Dragon Wilson fan, I have to admit. You look at the Blood Fist movies and some of his other movies. They're all pretty good. Anyways, that's the end of my review. Laters.